time for some stems. So I'm going to do those in the burnt umber. Let's see, here's one right here that we will do. Well, maybe I should finish this first, because no, I'm going to go ahead and do the stem. So I'm going to go ahead, this is kind of a larger stem. I'm going to go ahead with my number 12. If you need to use a smaller brush, go right ahead. But I'm getting the burnt umber on my brush. Do you see? Burnt umber. I'm loading it well. Looks like I'm going to need to get some more on my palette. Now you can use any dark brown that you like. I usually stick with a limited palette as much as I can. So for a dark brown, I always typically turn to the burnt umber. So then you're not having to buy all these different colors. But there's also Van Dyke brown, bark brown. So you can find which one that you like the tone of the best. So here is my stem. I'm going to do the top part right here. I'm going to kind of make this rounded. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of at an odd angle to get around the camera. So, and pumpkin stems are not like perfect, so don't worry about it being perfect. So I'm going to come down a little bit further, and then it kind of wide and then narrow. Wide, push down hard, it widens that, and then lift, and it narrows down the rib. And there's a rib up there too, so I need that to go up. So that's kind of that one. Now to add a little divot there, or make it to look, I'm dipping a corner in the, what is that? Butter pecan. You can do this with a little bit of white too, but you're going to make this kind of have a little circle there. And some people do streaks up and down. I think I did in my other one, but I was looking at my pumpkins and the streaks are more side to side. And you can go ahead and do a highlight on your stem part if you like. And there you have your pumpkin stem. Let's do one here. This one is more upright, and it does kind of, you know, I didn't bring this pumpkin over far enough here, according to my other one, so my stem's going to go there. That's how you fix it. So let's say here's the little dimple where it's going to come from. Since I've lost the pattern lines in here, that's going to go right there. And so this is kind of a divot right there, divot right there. Let's see, a little one here, a little one here, and this one kind of goes along there. And then the same as far as having a little piece on the top, look rounded. I'm just going to give it a little C stroke there. And then you can do both. And then pull in some streaks with the butter pecan. And then move on to the next pumpkin. See how that covered up that gap there? All fixed now. Learning to fix your errors is an important part of learning to paint. And there's always a fix. So let's see, this one's kind of going this way. And we're going to have that one go to a point rather than have a cut edge. I was looking at some of my pumpkins that I have still from last year. They're hard, but they look like little pumpkins, little tiger pumpkins. Now that stem looks really wonky, so I need to fix it. I need to rinse out my brush so I can get a chisel edge there. And I think I'm just going to drag it so it makes a chisel edge or a sharper point. Get a little butter pecan, give it some texture. Okay, and now there's the last one, the green one. That one it turned out a little wonky, but once you add all the details on the rest of it, it's not going to stick out like a sore thumb because it's all going to blend in together. So, here is the last stem. And I'm just going to go up, circle top, and press and drag, press and drag, press and drag, press and drag. And on my other one, it has one going up there, but I had more of a defined rib up there. So I'll skip that one. Well, maybe right here. Shows it going up there. Now I can make this a little wider. You notice the green didn't come all the way up here. That's where I would have painted the pumpkin solid and then added that. It avoids those gaps, but I was just trying to show you how you could still have your pattern lines if you wanted. So I'm just going to go in and press a little more succulent in there to fill in. Clean out my brush on there. Oops, got a little bit over it. But we're doing good. Like again, we're not going for perfection. We're going for an impression of something. The brain takes over. So let's see, where was I? Oh, I was going to add a little bit more. Add the circle part. The brush is a little big. I wouldn't say big, I just got messy with it. Alrighty, there's those pumpkins. Now, I admit that I'm kind of terrible with swirly lines, liner brush and swirly lines, but we'll put some in. We're going to do the stems here. You notice I took out all of the pattern lines, graphite lines, and I just have mostly mostly burnt umber. I'm going to put a touch in. I'm going to blend it on my brush, touch of the butter pecan in, and I'm going to pull down these stems. And I'm going to have them some little stemmy things going up like that. Now here, we're going to finish this one over here. It's going to overlap this pumpkin slightly. So my scruffies should be good and dry. I'm going to go ahead and use the small scruffy here. And I am going to go ahead and use, what was it on the background? Was that the, wasn't the butter pecan. It wasn't mushroom, it was boulder. Wasn't it boulder? You know what? I can't remember now. So I'm just going to try some of the mushroom. See, I'll watch the video again and then see it, but it's close enough. I'm going to rinse out that one. I'm going to get the other dry scruffy. I'm dipping in my white, and I'm going to do the little bowl shapes like I did before. And this is going to blend in because that's still wet, but I'm impatient. So but it worked fine. So there we have that cotton boll on that side. And we're going to do these stems the same. These are kind of light on the light side. I could go in and darken them, but I think it all works just fine. So I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to get my number 10 flat, and I'm going to double load with the burnt umber. Sorry about that. We're still on. Okay. Burnt umber, butter pecan. I need a little more burnt umber on my palette. Just a touch. Just because it's just one little thing, I'm not going to use a lot. So, but I do want the dark color. So I got the burnt umber, tiny bunch of butter pecan, and we're going to do that. And I'm picking up the undercolor, the white, so I want to reload each time for that. See, that one got a little light because I didn't stop and reload. And to get the white off your brush, you can just wipe it off on the towel and then reload, and then you'll have the darkness. So there, that one is going off, so you won't do a stem there, and we can still do a couple of stems like very light chisel edge there. So if you want to do some swirlies with off the pumpkin stems, like I said, I'm terrible at these swirlies, but we'll try them. I'm too stiff, I think. Someone says you need to use your whole arm or shoulder, and I seem to want to use my hand. So I am getting succulent on my liner brush. This is the number 2 liner that comes in the pack. Getting a lot of water in there. I'm getting inky, so it really flows. And you've seen me do this before. When I use a liner, I pull, twist, and make sure it's coming to a point. So I'm going to pick one. Now, I don't usually draw these swirly lines on here because following them is impossible. So we want to do a loop-de-doo. So I'm going to try this. I didn't have enough pressure. My problem is I put too much pressure and or too little pressure. So let's balance with my finger. Okay, that one was actually pretty good. I'm touching my little finger down to kind of help guide me. So this one, and if they're very light, that's fine. We want to keep them subtle. So we'll do this way. See, that one kind of struggled with it. Let's do this one. I'm probably holding it too close. I need to hold it back further. Let's see. Alrighty. Enough swirlies. You can do as many or as little as you like. You can just leave them out if you want to, but I thought I would show you how I struggle with that so you won't think you're alone. Okay, there is our pumpkins. Now I am going to share with you how I do the lettering. Again, I will admit I am terrible at this lettering, but I'm trying to get better by doing it. I do it with a brush. I don't do it with a pen. So that may be part of my struggle, but since I always have brushes, I try to use them, and I use the paint. So we will go on now to the lettering.